Welcome. Coffee Taste Review at casualtalkradio.net. My name is Leister. I'm your host, and I am going to be talking about a coffee that's unusual. It's common for me. I've drunk it for a couple of years, but it's unusual for you because you may not have partaken in this type of thing. So back up. There are other things that you can add to your coffee for a variety of benefits. You might have heard about bulletproof coffee as an example. I'm not doing that today, but bulletproof coffee. Bulletproof coffee is a standalone coffee, but it includes things like MCT oil, for example, and vitamins in the coffee. And then you can add certain creamers like grass-fed. You can tweak it. You can make it to where you're increasing the fatty content, you're increasing the vitamin content, you're increasing oils to add benefits as part of the coffee. And the goal really is to spike your metabolism at the end of the day while adding some health benefits on the side. This coffee, its goal is to do a little bit of the energy part of it and a little bit of the brain part of it, because MCT oil is beneficial for the brain functions. It's called VitaCup Genius Coffee Energy and Focus. Says a full-bodied flavor with cinnamon notes and a smooth finish. MCT oil, turmeric, and vitamins. Turmeric, of course, is for inflammation. And then vitamins is vitamins. And the vitamins that are listed, I don't know that you get significant benefit from the ones that they include in this one, but it's D3 and B vitamins. And all this is around the immune system. Turmeric also has antioxidant features and helps with circulation to some degree. So the reason that I wanted to try this one today and get it out of the way is because I'm at that time of the year where I kind of need that kick. So if you're one that's on the daily grind and you want something a little bit more than just strong coffee, you don't necessarily care about the flavor. I mean, you do, but you don't care as much. You really want something that's got a kick to it. You can get some of those coffees that say one's Kicking Horse and one's, I forget, Dead something or other. You can get those, but they don't have the same quality of what they have included as coffees like these, not just Genius, but also Bulletproof, etc. So you have to be careful, because if you take like a vitamin supplement, you may not be suitable for something like this, because the vitamin supplement, you have a certain amount, like B vitamins, for example. You don't want to overload B vitamins under any circumstances. D3 is a different something, but B, you certainly don't want to go overboard with it. So if you take vitamin supplements or other sources of vitamins, and remember there's vitamins in your foods, assuming you're eating right, you don't want to overload it. So I'm not suggesting that you do this on a routine basis. I'm talking like 2 or 3 cups a day for days and days and days. You probably want to kind of fit it into a regular schedule. Maybe in the morning you drink something like this, and then back off of your vitamin a little bit. You don't have to go all the way. Just something to consider. It's up to you. MCT oil is largely harmless, but you don't want to go overboard simply because it doesn't give you any added benefit. And then turmeric, you really can't get too much turmeric. In terms of the smell of it, it's unremarkable is the best word I can describe. You can't smell the cinnamon at all. It smells like it smells better than like a Folgers or the, disgusting coffees, but it just doesn't really smell like too much as far as the grounds. It's just coffee, right? So that's good. It's not overpowering to the senses. Pre-brew, and I stress pre-brew. Now, let's talk about post-brew. All right. Well, I said at the top that I drink this coffee on a regular basis. And I also said, this is one where the flavor doesn't matter as much. It's not that it doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter as much. You got to understand, and I'm giving preface because I called out the ingredients, right? MCT oil is largely flavorless. Turmeric has a flavor. And if you've ever had turmeric, if you're a fan of like curry or Indian food, you've had turmeric. Turmeric has a very distinct flavor, and you cannot hide it. You cannot mask it. It doesn't matter what you do with it. Okay. So I want to put that up front. That's what comes across with the coffee, is that it doesn't taste like coffee when it's brewed. It tastes more like some kind of a tincture. It has really no coffee flavor. The cinnamon comes out, then you taste it. There's hints of it, but the turmeric is what stands out. I would argue the turmeric is the dominant flavor of this, and there's not really a coffee flavor in the traditional sense. So from a taste perspective, It's absolutely disgusting. No amount of creamer is going to make it taste any better. You could toss cane sugar in it. I think it would make it worse. I think it would give it an aftertaste because it already has an aftertaste because of the MCT oil as a carrier. So I would, this is one where, again, if you're going to drink something like Genius Coffee or Bulletproof Coffee or any of these coffees that have these additives to them, understand the point of them. The point of them is for the health benefits, not the flavor. The flavor is not going to wow you. The flavor may actually turn you off. But if you're one of those daily drivers, you go commute to work, you need just a strong coffee that's got your brain running on all cylinders, then this, I think, does a good job in that regard. So I'm praising it for what it says it does, which is that it does feel that it makes you a little bit sharper. Your energy level certainly does go up, but you should not drink it for flavor reasons. You shouldn't drink it as a casual coffee. You shouldn't drink it for fun. And I would certainly not recommend drinking more of it per day, because then you're going to start getting it, because caffeine still plays in, right? So then you're going to start getting into this wired situation where you're just jittery, and I wouldn't want that to happen either. So VitaCup Genius Coffee Energy and Focus, again, if you need that energy boost with things that are largely healthy, then this is good. I think it's really good for this. Certainly better than like a Red Bull, right? Which a lot of people do, or drinking, there's people in the drive-thrus and they get like a Coke and it's breakfast hour. They don't get orange juice. They don't get apple juice, breakfast drinks. They drink frickin' Coke. They're doing it for the energy. They're not doing it for the flavor. And so this, I think, is a better, healthier, certainly alternative than saturating your body with nasty, syrups in the early morning when your body is at its peak of consumption, something that's still coffee, but it has vitamins in it and things that are healthy for you. For that purpose, I praise this coffee. I do not praise it for its flavor. Never have, never will. It's absolutely disgusting to me. But at the same time, I understood going in, flavor was not its strong point. I then supplemented with the second cup, let's say, with a decaf that's more my palate.